Caught on tape. I can't believe I did that. A man tries to repair a down power line and gets the shock of his life.
It felt like I was dying.
A 2,000 horsepower race car crushes its owner. A speedboat flips going 100 miles per hour. And the rescuers can't find the driver.
This looks very serious.
An off-road excursion turns into a brush with death.
Oh my God.
We're close enough.
And the guy who wants a close-up shot of the volcano. Too close. Whatever you do, don't blink. It's a RealTV special. I can't believe I did that.
A fierce winter storm wreaks havoc in Charlotte, North Carolina, and is about to change one man's life forever. Dozens of downed power lines have sparked several fires, now raging out of control. Firefighters are battling one blaze consuming 2 private homes. It's about to become a night these folks will never forget. Theirs is a dangerous game because water conducts electricity. Firefighters will often wait until power is shut down before taking on an electrical fire. That's when line technician Ralph Ray steps in. His job is to shut down transformers so firefighters can do their job. Ralph is always careful. He has to be. He's a husband and a father. But as a 10-year veteran of the power company, he'll be the first to tell you, never underestimate the power of electricity. In a freak accident, the power line Ralph is working on takes a hit of high voltage. Just over 7,000 volts of electricity surges into Ralph's body through his elbow, turning him into a human serpent. Stunned but alive, he stumbles to safety. Ralph can't believe he survived his run-in with thousands of volts.
My reaction when I first saw the tape, I was completely amazed at exactly what was going on because I actually could see it from a different angle. When I saw the actual arc come off the wire and go into my arm, that was the part that was very, very hard for me to deal with. Like I said, and I felt it all over my body, and it was just like something had a hold to me, and it was shaking me, extremely hard, and I just couldn't let go, and I couldn't get away from it. I just remember my life flashing before me from early childhood up to this particular time, and it felt like I was dying. And I remember saying to myself, I can't die like this, and I was just asking God at the time just to spare me.
His prayer was answered, and Ralph is enjoying a new lease on life, but still can't believe what happened.
I was taught by a man who had told me once that electricity was one of the most mysterious forces in the universe, and I find that to be true.
Now for another shocking accident. We're at the Firebird International Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona, where owner Steve Haight is working on his 2,000 horsepower race car. That's Steve on the left. As Steve closes the body down over the engine, the clutch engages just a little. After a few tense moments, Steve wiggles free. In slow motion, you can see that as the car lurches forward, it catches Steve's right shoe and throws him to the ground. That probably saves him from a broken ankle or worse. If the driver panics or if his foot comes off the clutch, Steve will be run over. Luckily, the driver keeps his cool, Steve gets his shoe back, and a spot on RealTV. To the World Championship Formula One powerboat races in Dublin, Ireland. The water on the Liffey River is rough, but the boats are racing flat out at speeds topping 100 miles an hour. German racer Michael Werner is making a break for the lead, and then disaster strikes.
Challenging, and Werner's gone! Werner has gone!
Werner's boat takes a bad hop over a wave, slams into the water nose first, and nearly disintegrates in midair.
Werner
We've seen a lot of accidents like this at RealTV, but nothing quite like the horror of this scene.
Any sight of Werner there?
That, I think, is Werner in the water. That was an enormous accident. It looked almost as if the boat exploded there.
The rescuers spot Werner with his head above water. All they have to do is pull him into the boat.
Werner!
What they don't know is that the helmet is empty.
And the seconds are ticking away.
Michael Werner is still inside the overturned boat, underwater, unconscious, and drowning.
Water.
The crowd in the grandstand knows Werner is trapped. They shout to the rescue team, but their words are lost in the wind.
This looks very serious indeed.
Time is running out. Werner has been trapped for well over a minute.
But they don't appear to have seen Werner. He's still underwater. Now they've seen him.
Finally, he's spotted in the wreck.
Wreckage towards them. Another diver in the water as well.
The rescuers pull Werner free, but it doesn't look good.
This looks very, very serious. Werner must have gone in the water at 100 miles an hour there.
Oh, easy.
The crew tries to revive him as they rush back to shore. It gets worse. The driver of the ambulance misses the pickup point. But by now, that makes little difference to Michael Werner. He no longer needs a stretcher. Not where he's going. He's going to stand up and walk. Moments ago, he was trapped in a watery grave, a dead man, and now he's walking. When it comes to the events of that day, Michael Werner can barely believe his luck.
I think I made a mistake, and a mistake which means I was pushing too hard, yeah, that was all, and this can happen.
But anyone watching this tape would have to agree. The only way to believe that he made it out alive is to see his accident caught on tape. Now we go from a lucky survivor to a lucky sports fanatic. It's halftime in Louisville, Kentucky, and college football fan Justin Phelps is about to step into the big leagues. The 18-year-old is part of a special halftime promotion. If Justin can successfully kick a 40-yard field goal, he'll run away with $10,000 in cash. Justin's ready, and the camera's rolling. The kick is up, and it's good!
Hey, how about that? Just $10,000.
It's hard to see the ball make it over the crossbar. But there's no mistaking Justin's reaction. He can't believe he did that.
When I turned around, I wasn't sure that went through. But once I heard the crowd's reaction, I was like, it must have fell through, and I just took off running. I just went running like a maniac down the field. I wasn't really thinking about the $10,000 cash, believe it or not. I was having fun with the fans.
It's hard to forget about the money, but that doesn't change the fact that this is one big-time kick for an amateur. So don't be too surprised in a few years if you're watching an NFL game and Justin Phelps drills home the winning field goal.
Up next,
That wasn't good.
a Jeep takes on a treacherous trail and loses. Later, it's clown versus bull, and it's no laughing matter. And a tourist wants an up-close look at the volcano. He's about to get a lot more than he bargained for. Plus, good. This guy likes worms for lunch. Stick around for more unbelievable incidents caught on tape and the people who say, I can't believe I did that.
You're watching
RealTV.
Hollister Hills in Northern California is a great place for four-wheeling.
We are at the top of
And for some longtime pals, it's a great place for a video camera.
And I decided to bring the camera that day so we could review some of the stuff that we've been doing, because we go through a lot of really neat stuff, and some stuff's very challenging. And when we get home, we like to be able to look back and see what we did wrong.
And today, something will go wrong as Ronnie Lockwood and Mike Richards attempt to tackle notorious Truck Hill. Mike's cousin Jerry watches through his viewfinder.
That hill that we were on was called Truck Hill for the reason that many, many trucks have been destroyed on that hill.
Today will be no exception. Just listen to these prophetic words.
This is where we send it to TV.
It soon becomes obvious these guys aren't going to make it to the top.
Look, he ain't got no window. Oh.
Now it's a matter of, can they make it back to the bottom?
Yeah, when it was Jerry, me and Bob and
It looks bad.
got on there. Right at the top.
It sounds bad.
That wasn't good. The front wheel.
It is bad.
No, he's just locked up sliding. Hang on to it, Mike. There we go.
Jerry is stunned by what he sees.
Oh, my God.
The first reaction you want to do is throw the camera down, try to run over and try and help or something.
But before Jerry can do that, he sees Ron limp away from the wreckage.
Are you okay? Ron, are you all right? Yeah, Ronnie.
Then look, that's Mike who was behind the wheel.
Oh, somebody got that on video.
I just think it's amazing. I just can't believe the human body can come through something like that and just stand right back up.
Hang on to it, Mike.
It's obvious they weren't wearing their seatbelts.
It felt like I was in a dryer. At that point, I'm still hollering at my passenger, "Hold on, Ronnie."
It was like, this has got to end. It's got to end soon. Instead, it got more violent. That last roll was a really, really nasty roll.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
These very lucky guys tell us next time they'll do a few things differently, like put a full roll cage on their truck and wear their seatbelts. But there's one thing they'll do just the same.
Always take a video camera. You can't have enough of them around.
John Perino has his video camera too and wants a shot no one else can get.
Yes, I am.
This is about as close to a live volcano as you can be, or would ever want to be.
Better get your camera as close to the glass as you can, otherwise you might get it.
But that's not good enough for tourist John. He wants a better shot of this Hawaiian volcano. John tempts fate and orders the pilot of the small plane he chartered to fly closer to Kilauea.
We're close enough.
Profound words from the pilot. As the Cessna circles just 500 feet from the spewing fountain of lava, they hit an air pocket. John drops his camera and the plane drops 300 feet, barely missing the volcano. It's time to leave. John and the crew can't believe they came so close to death, but it doesn't stop this cameraman from rolling tape on the way back home. John's so happy to be back on the ground, he gives the pilot a little something extra.
Good flight. All right. Thank you. All right. Come on, I'll over.
Still ahead, this school principal is about to get what he deserves. A bowl full of worms. Plus, you can run, but you can't hide from South America's most dangerous creatures. And coming up next, it's like a scene out of a James Bond movie, but this stunt is real. More unbelievable images are on the way when this special edition of Real TV, I Can't Believe I Did That, returns. You're watching Real TV.
When it comes to living, Martin Beidelek loves to live on the edge. This extreme sports photographer is about to attempt the unthinkable. Martin will try to ride beneath the hull of a ferry boat going full steam. To capture it all, Martin has cameras on the ferry, on a chase boat, and aboard his speedboat. Martin says the stunt is the thrill of a lifetime.
It's exciting, and the closer you get, the more exciting it gets. And people are up on the deck are, you know, yelling at you, and it usually gathers a crowd. And they see you disappear underneath the boat, you know, and they think you're gone, you know, and so it's a pretty sensational thing from a spectator point of view, because they're up above you about 40 feet, and they're looking straight down, and they see the boat completely disappear.
That's right, Martin is riding beneath the hull of the ship. A very dangerous maneuver. One false move, one wave, and it's over. But according to Manny Perez, a former Coast Guard officer who is now a safety officer for the ferry system, the stunt is not only extremely dangerous, but illegal.
I'm amazed that anybody would be that stupid to do anything so reckless. I guess the question is the thrill worth it?
But Martin Vidalek doesn't see the harm in what he does and can't believe that others protest.
If I thought I was going to get hurt, and if I really thought I was going to die, or something terrible was going to happen to myself or anybody with me, I wouldn't do it. I feel real confident.
These guys are also confident. Perhaps too confident that they can take on some of Costa Rica's most dangerous animals and survive. Watch the videotape. The team sets up a decoy in the form of a wedge as this lone bull scores with ease. Not bad, but remember, to make a bull look smart around here, you only need to add a few humans. Bulls are not killed for sport in this part of the world. It's the people who are at risk, and hundreds climb into the ring to take their chances. In Costa Rica, you can always run and hide from a bull, or at least you can always run. But there's no need to jump over a wall, unless you prefer to be trampled in private. Now it's time for the real pros to get into the ring. People who know a thing or two about handling bulls. Like this clown. He's padded in all the right places, which is good, because if this bull knows anything, it's how to bring up the rear. It's a scary sight, but you've got to admit, he was begging for it. He's not hurt bad, but at least he's well protected, which is more than we can say for some people. You've seen how he dismounts, but maybe you wonder how the second rider climbs onto the head of a bull. The truth is, you get on pretty much the same way you get off. You say a prayer and jump. So the next time you're in Costa Rica, feel free to watch the bulls run wild. We suggest you stay in your seat with your video camera and say, "I can't believe they did that," over and over and over. It's not pain these students want to inflict on their school's principal, it's shame. These kids at the Alexander School in Jackson, Tennessee are about to savor one of the most memorable days of their lives. Their principal, Earl Wyman, makes them a promise at the beginning of the school year. If the kids read 10,000 books, he'll eat worms. The kids read over 13,000 books, so it's time for Mr. Wyman to pay up. Professional chef Alan Kane is on hand to prepare the worms in gourmet style, breaded and lightly sautéed.
Eat them.
And now the time has come for Principal Wyman to put his worms where his mouth is. Come on, Mr. Wyman, don't try to wiggle out. Way to go, Mr. Wyman. You the man. At the end of the day, the cause of literacy has been advanced. The kids have had great fun, and a promise made becomes a promise kept.
If you have RealTV, call us toll-free at 1-888-REAL-TV1 or on the web, reach us at RealTV1.com. Be here for RealTV tomorrow so you can see the vicious snake bite the little girl. Plus, who can eat the most wings? Not this guy. And the racehorse on the highway. That's RealTV tomorrow. If you have a scary moment caught on tape, we'd like to see it. Call 1-888-REAL-TV1 to find out how to make money selling your home video.